Hi, everybody. This is the Forever Friday show. I wanted to read, I've been telling you about a story, and I had to get it from the library. I finally got it from the library. It's called Love You Forever. Not I love you forever, just love you forever. Love you forever, okay? It's repetitious, so don't get annoyed. It's what it says, all right? And when you do things repetitiously, it gets up here. Repetition. That's how you learn. And I'm going to start. The book is called Love You Forever. Those of you that don't know will soon find out. A mother held her baby, her new baby, and very slowly rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she held him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." I think you could see it's the mom holding her newborn. The baby grew. He grew and he grew and he grew like babies do. He grew until he was 2 years old. And he ran all around the house. He pulled all the books off the shelves. He pulled all the food out of the refrigerator. That would not be my kid. And he took his mother's watch and flushed it down the toilet. Oh my gosh. That's a mighty mouse. That's a mighty 2-year-old. Sometimes his mother would say, "This kid is driving me crazy." The 2-year-old. Sorry, books. Oops. The mighty little 2-year-old. Uh-oh. But at nighttime, when that 2-year-old was very quiet, she opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of his bed, and if he was really sleeping, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." She comes in, she crawls across the floor, she peeps up over the side of the bed, and she holds him and she rocks him, and then she puts him back to bed. The little boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 9 years old. He never wanted to come in for dinner. He never wanted to take a bath. And when Grandma visited, he always said bad words. Sometimes his mother wanted to sell him to the zoo. But at night, when he was asleep, the mother quickly opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that 9-year-old boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." Do you get the repetition? Okay. The boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a teenager. He had strange friends and he wore strange clothes. And he listened to strange music. Sometimes his mother felt like she was in a zoo. But at night, when that teenager was asleep, the mother opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that great big boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." Oh, this is wow. This mom loves her kiddo. The teenager grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a grown-up man. He was a grown-up man now. He left home and got a house across town. Oh. But there's that dun dun dun. But sometimes on dark nights, the mother got into her car and drove across town. You see what she has on top of her car? The ladder. She's got a ladder. She drives across town. Wonder what's going to go on. If all the lights in her son's house were out, she opened his bedroom window. Well, she puts the ladder there. She opens his bedroom window, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of his bed. If that great big man was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. She's sitting on his bed holding him with the ladder at the window. Well, that mother, she got older. She got older and older and older. One day, she called up her son and said, "You'd better come and see me because I'm very old and sick." So her son came to see her. When he came in the door, she tried to sing the song and she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always." But she couldn't finish because she was too old and too sick. Oh, that's so sad. A mom's love. See? A mom's love. Moms love their kids. And some of them are like this. Some. I mean, I'm probably one of those helicopter moms that this story goes. The son went to his mother. He picked her up and he rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he sang this song. "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my mommy you'll be." Now the shoe's on the other foot. Yeah. It's kind of sad in a way, but it comes full circle. When the son came home that night, he stood for a long time at the top of the stairs to his house. He came home to his house. He just saw his mom. Then he went into the room where his very new baby daughter was sleeping. He picked her up in his arms and very slowly rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while he rocked her, he sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." The only difference is he doesn't crawl across the room like mom. That is the end. That's the end. And that's the book. It's not called I Love You. It's called Love You Forever. Back here it says, a young woman holds her newborn son and looks at him lovingly. Softly she sings to him, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." This is the story of how The little boy goes through the stages of childhood and becomes a man. It's also about the enduring nature of a parent's love and how it crosses generations. Oh, I didn't know I was doing that. I'm sorry. Love You Forever is a book that both children and adults will enjoy over and over and over again. So I read that to my son and then my daughter. My daughter, yeah, just one daughter, but I love that book. And I was talking to I was talking to you all about A Mother's Love, Part 1 and Part 2. This is story time. I put it like that because Part 1 and Part 2 I was supposed to read. I wanted to read this story because it was a mother's love. I wanted to read it. I hope you liked this story. I hope I read it okay and not too slow. I mean, it wasn't too fast, but I don't know. I just read it the way I read it. I hope you liked it. The story is a good story. And I named the show Story Time, and I wrote the name of the book, Love You Forever. I wanted to say that I wanted to reinforce the your love as a parent. You know, when the children are sick, you know, when they're sick with a cold even, you don't know what to do. You're like, what do I do? What do I do? Nowadays, people always are taking kids straight away to the hospital, the doctors. I'm the doctor. I've always been the doctor. I am mom. I'm mom. I have the Band-Aid for the scrape or the cut or the bruise. I have the magic, which is the kiss. Magic kisses for the boo-boos and owies. Moms do. Moms have the touch. I don't know what it is. Whether they cook potato soup or, you know, that's my mom's thing, is she cooks potato soup. And I'm from Idaho, obviously, but potato soup was my comfort food. You know, she would cook that. And so when I grew up, obviously there's canned food, which is chicken noodle. She wouldn't make it by scratch or homemade. She would make potato soup homemade. I mean, you have to. It's the only way to make it. But for a cold, you feed a cold and starve a fever. You chicken noodle soup. I make it homemade. I make it all homemade because I know how to make it homemade and add my special touches of love and, you know, spices. And you learn a lot when you grow up and become an adult. my mom never taught me to cook. I learned that as I became an adult with other people in the world. Like us white people, I'm sorry, but I have to say this. We don't use like flavor. OMG, gosh, oh my gosh. We, when I married into my Congolese family, now that they use flavor, and Hispanic people use flavor. Their food, I've been noticing that as an adult. And an Indian, everybody in the whole world knows how to cook, how to use flavor, and how to use the only thing I ever knew is spaghetti. You put oregano. That's about the only flavor that I've ever used. And salt and pepper. For real. I'm so shocked that all this time I've been missing out on good stuff. And a mother's love, she needs to be like getting with it when she's young. If her family doesn't teach her how to cook and such, learn. Watch shows, watch videos from the stinking library. Or obviously we don't need libraries because we have our phones, and that has Google and whatnot to watch people cooking and stuff. Rachel Ray and the one that went to jail, I don't remember her name. So, I'm not good with that, but she uses flavor, Rachel Ray. I can visualize the women that I want to say, but I can't. I don't know their names. That cook. That's on TV. I think I look like, I don't know, I have like too much makeup on my eyes, right? But learn to cook for the babies. And there's these little teeny tiny pastas, which I don't know the name for, but if I know the pastas, they're like little beads. Yeah, you could feed that to babies, to little kids. I mean, I've learned so much, but my children's lives have passed. They've gotten older, and I missed out on a lot of things. There's so many. I mean, no, not like buying like prepared, even the prepared bottled baby food. Oh, heavens to Betsy. That stuff is yummy. I mean, it sounds good. And the stuff my kids ate as children, holy cow. I can't believe the stuff. I mean, everything has gotten yummier. Flavor. I wanted to say that. Not flavors, but I don't know. But it costs money here in California, obviously. No, where I've always been from, we've always bought items at the store, prepare it, cut it, cook it. Oh, that's another thing I learned from my family is when Philip used to cook, my husband that I had, when he used to cook not fufu, the soup. Their soup is different from our soup, but it was meat and tomatoes. They use a lot of tomatoes and onions, and that the length of time that he cooked it was cooking from like all day. Like a crock pot, like we have crock pots. And they cook and they cook and they cook all day when we're at work. Well, Philip, he started cooking, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm like, come on, let's eat already. He's like, no, it's not done. The longer he cooked the food, the more the flavors came out. See, I didn't even know that. I learned that from him too. So us Americans, we're missing out on a lot of things that other cultures already know. My gosh, what's wrong with us? I just want to keep on the subject of children and food. I mean, I heard in hold on, forget the children and food for right now. Moms that have babies, like you could see that I'm big. I'm a big woman. I have big bones. Brothers, my whole family is big boned people. Big. People in Idaho are large, big boned people. Back when I was a child, we were all the same, pretty much. And I was talking to a friend actually. We used to have to work. We did hard work. We mowed lawns with lawnmowers, and we had to rake the leaves. We had to do all the yard work. We had to what was it? Oh, pine cones. Pine cones were a big thing. Pine cones. I don't know. We played outside and such, but we played hard. We worked hard, and we played hard. And the children these days don't do that. But food. I'm skipping around. Squirrel, squirrel. My daughter says that, the phrase, squirrel. Oh, that's better. Oh, this better. Squirrel, squirrel. Mom, you're always like, squirrel, squirrel. Getting off the subject. I have so many subjects going on. I'm like, squirrel, squirrel. Sorry. Food, kids, love, flavor. Wow. Just a lot of things. I just probably messed up my whole show, and I'm so sorry. Well, hey, I want to tell you that I enjoyed reading, and I hope that you enjoyed listening to Love You Forever. I'm going to try and think of other books that I really like to read, that I liked reading my kids. Or even stuff in my own life, because I've had a lot of things in my own life, a lot of stories, a lot of blessings, a lot of good, loving stories. So hey, I really want to, I can keep going, but I think I'm going to wind down. There we go, wind down. I forgot. I was going to say, it is stinking hot outside today. It is hot. It might be great for all you people. I mean, the 60s or the 70s, no, 69 to 70s is okay for my temperature. But I was saying that TV puts 10 pounds on you, because I'm already big myself. I don't know. I never thought that was true, but it's true. And my eyes, they look like they're like raccoon eyes. Why? We're our own worst critic, you know? Actually, I'm going to, my shows, I make them on Thursdays. And they air on TV on Fridays. And then they air after that too, on other days. But usually Thursday I make the show, Friday they air, and then they keep airing other days. So my next show is going to be I don't know. You'll just have to wait and find out. That will be next week, next Thursday. So, like my earrings, my mom sent them to me. I had them when I was in the 80s, in the 80s. She sent me all these earrings that I used to have in the 80s, or that she used to have, that she gave them to me. But I used to wear them too, so. I'm thinking I'm forgetting something. I don't want to forget nothing. Okay. Well, story time's over, and all of this wishy-washy back and forth stuff, that's over too. Have a blessed day. Do something nice for at least one person today. Be a good person. Do something nice, please. Change. Give someone change if they ask for it, you know? People say, you got 2 quarters, you got a quarter. Or in the line, you know? If someone's searching for change, pay it. Pay it forward. It'll come back to you. It will. Okay. I love you. I love you. And love you forever. The book is there too. Have a blessed weekend, and I'll see you next week. Okay? Love you. Mwah. Mwah. Bye-bye.